desks in neat rows, a teacher writing on the board, and one kid raises their hand and asks, "Teacher, how do people get rich, and why don't we learn about it in school?" Total silence. A few nervous laughs. The teacher shrugs. "We don't really teach that here. Schools aren't designed to teach you how to get rich. They're designed to produce good employees, people who follow rules, get good grades, and land stable jobs. Financial education isn't mandatory. Because if everyone knew how taxes, investing, and money really worked, the system would look very different." You might argue, well, if you're going into science, arts, or engineering, money management isn't that important in school. True, but money touches everyone's life, no matter your career. Understanding it is like learning nutrition or sex education. It's basic life knowledge. In this video, I'm sharing my biggest takeaways from Robert Kiyosaki's book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. This book isn't about complicated finance tricks or getting rich overnight. It's about the basic financial knowledge everyone should know. Takeaway number 1, the rich don't work for money. So what's the first thing we all think when we want more money? We think, I need to work more hours, or I need a better job with a higher salary. Our entire lives, we're trained to think that trading our time for money is the only game in town. But here's the rich dad's brutal truth. If you're trading your time for money, you will always be capped. There are only 24 hours in a day. You can only work so hard before you burn out. That's the trap. So, what's the alternative? What does it even mean for money to work for you? Let me give you a picture that completely changed my perspective. Imagine two farmers. Farmer A is hardworking. He goes out every single day, picks up a bucket, and walks a mile to the well to get water for his crops. He works 12 hours a day. If he gets sick, the crops die. If he wants a day off, the crops die. He is trading his time for water. This is the employee mindset. Now, meet Farmer B. Farmer B spends his first month not carrying water, but digging. He's sweating. He's building something. He's building a pipeline from the well directly to his field. Once that pipeline is done, what happens? Water flows to the crops 24/7. He can sleep in. He can go on vacation. The system is now working for him. Farmer A is working for money. Farmer B built a system that makes his money work for him. Takeaway number 2, financial education is everything. Let me ask you something. Remember spending hours in school learning about science, English, or Shakespeare's poetry? But how often did anyone sit you down and say, here's how to actually make your money grow, avoid bad debt, or build wealth? Never. Right? That's what Rich Dad, Poor Dad tries to open our eyes to. That schools train us to work for money, but not to understand money. The rich, they study money like it's a subject. They know how it moves, where it hides, and how to multiply it. Most people think financial education means reading about how to get rich quick or watching flashy videos with Lambos in the thumbnail. But real financial education is about understanding how money flows, like where does it come from, where does it go, and how can you make it come back with more? Let me give you an example. One of my friends is brilliant, top of his class, aced maths, but when he got his first job and had to file taxes, total meltdown. He literally said, "Why didn't school teach us this?" And here's the thing. You don't need a finance degree to start learning. You just need curiosity. You can literally pick one money skill a month. Like in October, learn how compound interest works. November, learn how taxes impact your paycheck. December, learn how to build a simple budget that actually grows your savings. You do that for a year, and you'll know more about money than 90% of people walking around. If you want a fun starting point, grab something like The Psychology of Money by Morgan Hell, or even YouTube channels that break down money in simple terms. Heck, you're already here watching this, which means you're doing it. You're investing in your financial education right now. Takeaway number 3, build assets. This one is where things start to get really exciting. You ever notice how most people spend their lives working their jobs, climbing the ladder, hoping for a promotion, and yet somehow the paycheck barely feels like it's enough? That's because most of us confuse our job with our business. We think, oh, my career is my wealth. But here's the secret. The rich know your real wealth comes from your assets, not your paycheck. Now, don't get me wrong, your job isn't useless. It's just not your business. Your job gives you cash flow to build your actual business, the one made of assets. Rich Dad gives us the ultimate filter for your money. He says an asset puts money in your pocket. A liability takes money out of your pocket. Stocks, rental properties, a YouTube channel, or even a small online store. Those are assets. Your car, your house, probably a liability. That new iPhone you just bought, also a liability. It looks cool, but it doesn't make you money. A friend of mine was obsessed with buying the latest gadgets, always showing off his fancy stuff. Meanwhile, his cousin, same age, was quietly investing and building a small side business. 5 years later, my gadget-loving friend is still hustling 9 to 5, while the cousin's investments are making him extra income every month. That's the power of focusing on your assets. Now, he can buy any gadget if he wants, and without EMI. So here's a challenge for you today. Grab a piece of paper and make 2 lists. On the left, write down what you own that puts money in your pocket. On the right, write down what you own that takes money out. Be honest. Most people are shocked by their lists. Then pick one item from the left and figure out how to grow it, or one item from the right and decide how to reduce its cost. That one step starts turning your life around. Takeaway number 4. The rich use corporations and invent money. Here's something most people don't realize. The rich don't just work for money. They play the game differently, and understanding this can completely change how you think about wealth. Let's start with taxes and corporations. Most people earn a salary, get taxed, and then spend what's left. The rich earn through corporations, spend, and then pay taxes. Think of it historically. The government taxes salaries heavily, but businesses and corporations have ways to deduct expenses, reinvest profits, and pay taxes on the remainder. That's why entrepreneurs and investors often keep more of what they earn than employees, even if both make the same amount of money. The rich understand the rules of money and they use them to their advantage instead of being trapped by them. The second part is even more exciting. The rich invent money, and I don't mean printing it. I mean they create wealth through opportunities others don't see. Where most people see risk, uncertainty, or that'll never work. The rich see gaps to fill, markets to disrupt, and ways to provide value. They take ideas, skills, or knowledge and turn them into money that didn't exist before. Take Nick Woodman, the guy who created GoPro. He wasn't a tech genius or a millionaire. He was just a surfer who wanted a better way to record his rides. Cameras back then were bulky and expensive, so he built his own small wearable one. What started as a simple fix for his problem turned into a whole new industry. That's what inventing money looks like. Spotting something missing in the world and turning it into value. Even on a smaller scale, this applies to everyday life. Maybe you notice a need in your community, a problem people complain about, or an online opportunity. If you figure out a creative way to solve it, you're inventing money. Here's the big takeaway. Understand the rules of the game, taxes, corporations, and legal advantages, and pair that with financial creativity. The combination is powerful. You stop being a passive participant in the economy and start building your own wealth. Ask yourself this: how can I use what I already know or what I see to create opportunities? How can I structure my money so it grows instead of disappearing? Takeaway number 5: overcoming obstacles. Here's the thing most people don't realize. It's not lack of money that keeps people from getting rich. It's the way we think, the habits we carry, and the fears we let run our lives. Kiyosaki breaks it down into 5 personality traits that silently hold people back. First up is fear. And I'm talking about the fear of losing money. Most people treat money like it's lava, too dangerous to touch. The rich, they see mistakes as lessons. Take Colonel Sanders, the guy behind KFC. He started in his 60s, got rejected over 1,000 times while pitching his fried chicken recipe, and still kept going. Imagine that. Most people quit after 1 or 2 rejections, but he didn't let fear stop him. Every no was a lesson, and that persistence turned his recipe into one of the biggest fast food brands on the planet. Next is cynicism. The what-if doubts. What if I lose my savings? What if this fails? What if I quit my job and it backfires? These what-ifs chain people to their comfort zones. Look at Sarah Blakely, the founder of Spanx. She had no experience in business and was told this will never work. But she ignored the doubts, believed in her idea, and built a billion-dollar empire. The rich don't ignore risks. They just don't let cynicism paralyze them. Then there's laziness. And no, I'm not just talking about lying on the couch binge-watching Netflix. I mean, being too busy to manage your finances, skipping budgets, avoiding investments, hoping everything works itself out. Warren Buffett wakes up every morning reading for hours. He treats learning and managing money as a daily habit. Laziness is what keeps most people stuck, while small, consistent effort compounds into massive results over time. Fourth is bad habits, especially around spending. Most people spend first and worry about bills later. Credit cards, takeout, flashy gadgets, all little leaks in your financial boat. Look at Robert Kiyosaki himself. He talks about how he changed his life by learning to pay himself first, invest, and then spend what's left. Small habit changes like that compound into wealth over time. And finally, arrogance, thinking you know everything. You've got a job, maybe some savings, and suddenly you think, I've got this. That stops you from learning, asking questions, or trying new strategies. The rich never stop admitting what they don't know, and keep learning relentlessly. Here's the deal. Everyone struggles with these traits sometimes. The difference is whether you let them control your financial future or not. So, which of these 5 is silently holding you back right now? For example, if fear is your blocker, maybe start by investing a tiny amount you can afford to lose just to see how it feels. If laziness is the issue, spend 10 minutes each week reviewing your finances. Because overcoming these obstacles isn't about having more money. It's about thinking differently, acting differently, and building habits that move you forward. Once you do that, the money part becomes a lot easier. Hope this video was helpful. Subscribe for more. See you in the next one.